We're going to make some roasted pumpkin and cashew dip, and there are a few different versions of this that we can make, but to start with we'll just do the plain roasted pumpkin dip. So what I've done is I have chopped up about 1 kilo of pumpkin pieces, popped them in the oven, sprinkled them with a little bit of sesame oil, or you can use garlic olive oil or just plain oil, and roast that in the oven. I've also roasted a couple of one eggplant that I've cut in half, which we're going to make a baba ganoush version, but we're going to start with the pumpkin. So the first thing to do is to get your cup of cashews. These are dry roasted and salted, but you don't have to have salted, you can always add your salt in later. If you've got a little bit more than 1 kilo of vegetable, you can use a little bit more cashew. You can play with the quantities according to the consistency. So it's best to try and grind down the nuts first, so that otherwise if you did the pumpkin first you'd end up with quite lumpy pieces of cashews. So once they've ground down to a reasonably fine powder, you can then add in the rest of the ingredients. So there's your roasted pumpkin. We have about 100 ml of lemon or lime juice. If you don't have salted cashews, then you add about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt, depending on how salty you like it. A clove of garlic that you've already pre-crushed, because otherwise again the pieces will be too big. A couple of heaped teaspoons of a spice blend of your choice. This is my own specialty blend, the True Vitality spice blend, but you can add in things like cumin, coriander, turmeric, paprika, chili, whatever you like, or you can even just have it plain. Then about a half a cup of vegetable oil, and then process until it's smooth. Mixture seems a little bit dry, then you can add in either a little bit more lemon juice or a little bit more oil. But that looks like a pretty good consistency. So with that, it's ready to go. Have a taste, see what it's like. It's really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that mixture out as ready as a pumpkin dip, just like that. And I'm going to make a couple of other versions. So what I'm going to do, so there's our pumpkin dip. I'm going to take out a little bit more because I'm going to add this back in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some roasted capsicum. Now you can roast this yourself by putting it onto your slices of capsicum onto the barbecue or a grill and roasting until the skin is all black and then peeling that off. But I've cheated, I've just bought a few pieces just from the deli. And this is going to be a capsicum and pumpkin cashew dip. Gives it a lovely sweet taste as well. Just process that. So now we have a a capsicum version of the same dip. I'll just put that into another little bowl. make quite a few different versions of this dip. So I'll put back the pumpkin that I took out before, the second lot. And now I'm going to make a baba ganoush version, which is where I add in the roasted eggplant, skin and all. I'm going to put in just a little bit more spice, just to spice it up. So it's looking probably a little bit thick, and probably needs just a little touch bit more garlic. So I'll just pop in another clove of garlic, because we have added obviously some more ingredients now, so just need to adjust it according to taste. Try that. Sure it's well mixed. And then we have our baba ganoush version. It's a little bit brown looking, but I'm sure it's going to be very yummy. Let's see. That's beautiful. Okay, so from the one batch of baked pumpkin, which you can always do when you're cooking a roast, you can always do an extra tray of pumpkin. We have our pumpkin and cashew dip. We have the one that has the capsicum in it, and we have the baba ganoush version, which you can serve with corn chips or the sesame chia crackers, which we'll also make at some stage.